Hi guys, this is Tablet-News.com and I'm here with the unboxing of the Teclast X98 Plus II tablet. So let's unbox it. This is an unboxing and a first contact with the slate. We're dealing with a 9.7 incher here, a dual boot model, the kind of which we don't see many nowadays, or at least we haven't tested so many lately. So the X98 Plus II, which is the name of this Teclast tablet, comes with both Windows 10 and Android 5.1. You can find the slate on gearbest.com for $174, and we have a test unit here, so let's see what's inside the box. First contact, well, it reminds me a bit of the older iPad models, and inside the box, keep in mind it's a test unit, so some accessories may be lacking. So we have here the manuals, warranty, and all sorts of other documents. Then we have the USB cable that should lead to the charger. As you can see, there's no charger here because we have a test unit once again. And then we also have what seems to be an USB OTG cable, and that's everything we have for the Teclast X98 Plus II tablets. Let's fire it up. I'll admit I've played with the tablet before because I wanted to spare you of the very long setup process involved with Windows 10. So you can play with both Android here and Windows 10. You can alternate between them. You can do your tasks, your work tasks on Windows and then play on Android. You can see the symbols here. You can opt for Android or Windows. Pick one of them. I'm going to go with Android for starters. Inside the slate there is a familiar CPU, the Intel Cherry Trail Z8300 quad-core CPU with Intel HD graphics of the 8th generation. The screen you're seeing here is a 9.7 inch IPS panel with a generous resolution of 2048 over 1536 pixels. Also inside this Teclast model there's 4GB of LPDDR3 RAM and 64GB of storage. So Android is starting, and guess what? We also have, aside from the regular connectivity options, well, there's an HDMI here. From my guess it should be a mini HDMI or micro HDMI. Here we have the micro USB port, and here we have the charging port and the audio jack, what seems to be a microphone, and finally the micro SD card slot here. Okay, so I promised you Android. I'm going to give you Android. This is what we're dealing with here. This is the Android setup. Seems pretty fluid at first sight, and the collection of shortcuts at the bottom remind me of the older days of Honeycomb. Those days are long gone. We're running Android 5.1 here, just as a quick reminder. We get this drop down area with notifications and quick settings, and then you can go straight to Windows by pressing this button. Your micro PC will boot to Windows. Here we go. Other specs aside from the 4GB of RAM and the Intel Cherry Trail chipset include 64GB of storage, HDMI out, micro SD, and there is also a dual camera setup. So 2-megapixel camera at the front for video calling and such things, and this is the main camera, a 2-megapixel shooter yet again. Intel CPU inside, we already know that, and on the battery front we get an 8000 mAh unit. It's also a 3.8 volt unit, and with a single tap you can switch the OS as you just saw before. Windows 10 productivity and Android for the fun and games. Even in spite of the fact that we have a pretty big diagonal, the tablet is not exactly huge. It measures 8mm in thickness, and for those of you wondering, it does not come with a GPS. Reminds me of the older iPad, and here we go. We got Windows 10. You can play with all the apps you have pre-installed here, and you can also service your Windows needs and your Office needs with the Word, PowerPoint, and Excel. All of them available on the very same device. So Teclast X98 Plus II, found on GearBest for $174 and just unboxed here at Tablet-News.com. We'll be back very soon with a full review. This is it from us. Bye bye.